What up? It's your boy V Kush. I'm here with my usual suspects, the GTS movement, and today we're going to talk about diversifying our income based around our beat selling, our music production businesses. So everybody, give your shout outs and intros. Let's go.
What's good, guys? Travis with T Customs Productions. Super excited about today's topic. It's something that I've been like a huge proponent of for like forever since I've been doing this. So definitely looking forward to dig into this information.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Chaz, KCBeats.com. Happy to be here too.
What's going on? It's Chrissy L from mutualsounds.com. Looking forward to the ideas that we bounce around in this hangout.
All right. So today, since we're talking about diversifying our income, we need to have a goal that we're shooting for monthly. So today, this monthly goal we're shooting for is $5,000 a month based around our music production. So we're going to break this down kind of simple. If you take $5,000 and you divide it by 31 days in a month, you're going to get $161.29 per day. So that's what you need to make every day to reach $5,000 a month. So what we're going to do is talk about how we come up with that money, that $161 a day, to make that $5,000 a month. Trav, let's get it.
Yep, let's get it. Like I said, guys, this topic is such an important topic. You know, any kind of entrepreneur books, any how to build your business online or build your business in general, you're going to hear this topic come up time and time again. This multiple streams of income, right? Diversifying your income and having multiple sources, not just a lot of producers that we talk to. I'm getting my browser situated here. A lot of producers we talk to, they just see the beat selling aspect of it, right? And so that's like the only thing they focus on is selling. How do I sell beats? And however, that's a big part of it. That's not the only way in which we're able to, you know, have music businesses. You know, there's so many other different avenues that we're going to really delve into in this webinar and just talk to you about other ways that you can make money, not just beat sales. Even though beat sales is a big portion of that. You never want to leave money on the table. I mean, at the end of the day, you never want to leave money on the table. That's what I've been big on from day one. First off, what I want to get into with this webinar and this hangout is the beat sales aspect of it, right? So like I said, we're going to delve into different areas of diversifying your music business income. But because beat sales are such a prominent, you know, producers, how do I sell beats? I want to sell beats. So what I want to do quickly is kind of talk about how you can diversify your income within your beat sales itself, right? So how can you make more money from your beat sales? And really it comes down to having, you know, let me tell you a quick story. You know, back when I started on SoundClick, we all, you know, probably started on SoundClick or started in some before, you know, I learned how to create a website and get that going. SoundClick was how I was pushing my beats. That was my quote-unquote website, right? And then as I started learning, I'm like, my deal was taking up as much real estate on the internet as possible. Because if I was just on SoundClick, that's great if an artist is coming to find me on SoundClick, but what if they're not? What if they're trying to find me on YouTube? They're trying to find something on YouTube. They're trying to find something on some other site, which I'll talk about here in just a minute, some other ways, other, you know, beat licensing websites. So if you limit yourself to one avenue, one website, or one, you know, some of you guys might have a My Flashstore account, or you use a primary SoundClick or something to sell your beats, but that's the only place that your beats are available, right? So if somebody's coming to SoundClick, that's all well and fine and great, but if they're just browsing the web trying to find beats to purchase, whether that's on YouTube or just searching in Google for keywords, if you're not in their face, you have zero potential to make a sale, right? You have zero potential to make an impression, first off. And if you don't make the impression, you have no chance for that sale. So as I started to learn, like I said, I got the website up and got the blog running. And so right now, my website, my primary website, is where I make the majority of my beat sales. That's my primary beat sales stream, right? But in addition to that, I also have these supplemental websites. Now I run SoundClick is not my primary site. That's a secondary website. I make I make sales on SoundClick. Just because I created my own personal website and that's where the majority of my sales come from, I didn't cancel my VIP account on my SoundClick and say this is going to be the only place, because there are artists that literally just go to SoundClick to buy beats, right? And so because you don't want to necessarily run SoundClick as your primary site, because we all know the benefits to having a blog and having an official website, because we can fully customize it and we can do all these things with it. But being on SoundClick has a benefit, because I still make sales on SoundClick. I don't push SoundClick like I used to as my primary site, but I still make sales on SoundClick. You know, so if I didn't have an account there, or didn't have my instrumental catalog, there's no potential for that at all. So SoundClick is another stream of income for me. You know, I make some sales. It depends. It varies when I upload certain tracks. I don't upload all my catalog there. But I wanted to also mention a couple other sites that I use that supplement my primary beat sales. So I use a couple websites. One is BeatStars. One is Beat Brokers. You guys may be familiar with these sites. Now, I'm going to tell you why I use these sites and just a little bit about. So first off, BeatStars. BeatStars is great primarily because it literally costs you only $45 for an entire year. I'm not talking about $45 per month. I'm talking about for 12 months for one-time fee, you can get the basic BeatStars account for $45, right? And what's the benefit of being on there? Well, first off, if you're not in their marketplace where artists are going to that particular website, you're missing out. You're also missing out on search engine traffic, because BeatStars right now, if you know anything about competitive keywords in our niche of music production, if you've ever done any kind of keyword research, and we know keywords like buy hip hop beats and beats for sale and all these kind of keywords that artists are searching for. Beats for sale is a highly competitive keyword. It gets thousands of searches per month, and it's highly competitive because people want to get in the searches for that. Now, BeatStars is currently ranking on the first page of Google for beats for sale, right? So what if an artist, just for example, what if an artist goes to Google and types in beats for sale? They're not looking for a specific brand, or they're not looking for a particular producer, but they just type in beats for sale, right? And your website isn't necessarily ranking because it takes time to build authority site. It takes time to rank for certain keywords. It takes knowledge and all these things. But you know, what if an artist is typing beats for sale and BeatStars comes up in the search, right? And they click on that and they go to BeatStars and they go in the marketplace and they start looking through beats. And what do you know? T Customs Productions is in the BeatStars account. And if I wasn't there, they may or may not, have ever heard that instrumental ever. If they're just going and searching for particular keywords to try to find their beats, they may not find me on YouTube. They may not find me on my website. They may not already know my brand. So the importance of, again, just being everywhere. I mean, I'm a huge proponent of taking up as much real estate online as possible. Like literally on YouTube, I look at YouTube literally as a way to diversify your income. Even though majority of my YouTube videos, I'm driving traffic back to my website, so it's still like my core income, my core beat sales is coming from my primary website. But I almost looked at it as diversifying, because some of that traffic that I'm getting to my site, I never would have gotten had I not had that video on YouTube. And I make sales off that. I have an instrumental that I've uploaded that I've got keyword enriched and tagged, and it's ranked over time for East Coast or Nas type of beat or whatever, and somebody can find that in the search, link to my site, and buy that. So I even look at like YouTube, anywhere that you can put your music out there. Don't limit yourself. Never limit yourself, because when you limit yourself, you're leaving money on the table. I wanted to talk about Beat Brokers also, because Beat Brokers is another. It's a music production marketplace, the same like BeatStars is, and it's a little more. It's expensive. It's still not. I don't know what the basic might be, $10 a month. I pay for a $25 a month level on Beat Brokers, but it's worth it. It's all about the return on investment. I want to say about BeatStars. It's a $45 investment. What that means is literally 2 to 3 beat sales, and you've already recouped your investment for the entire year, right? At $45 for 12 months, if you sell your beats for $20 to $30 a piece, you're recouping that initial investment in literally 2 beat sales, right? So that means the rest of the year you make any sales that you make is pure profit. So it literally doesn't make any sense not to put your instrumentals on there, because if you've got, again, people who go just to BeatStars to buy beats or go just to beat brokers, and again, they're authority websites, so they have a more potential to rank for some of these keywords that artists are searching for in the search engines. And you just want to be everywhere. Like, I was talking to one of the SoundClick producers back, like, when I was big on, big just pushing SoundClick back in like 2008, probably 2009, right before I launched my website. And he was one of those SoundClick producers that was always in the charts. He was always in the, doing the paid promotion. He was always like top 25, or sometimes he was like the top 50. But he was one of those well-known SoundClick producers at the time. And I was talking to him then, and he was transitioning to, starting his own beat licensing site, like kind of like a marketplace like this. And I was talking to him like, do I really need to do this? Do I really need to actually get this account? And I mean, is it really going to benefit me that much? I've already got my SoundClick page. He's like, you want to be everywhere. You want to like leave an impression. Because if somebody goes to BeatStars, they see you on BeatStars. They go to Beat Brokers, they see you there. They go to YouTube, they find you on YouTube. They find you in a search for something else. Like, you're making impressions on people. So, if somebody goes directly to a site to buy beats, you can make sale right there. And if not, if you just make an impression on them, and then they see you on another site later, and so you're just like, you're building your brand by putting yourself out there and taking up that real estate online. Another thing is the My Flash Store. Many of you guys are using My Flash Store, right, to sell your beats. That's your main beat store that you're using, and you can embed that obviously on your SoundClick and your website. But they also now have a My Flash Store marketplace, right? They have it's the same as like a Beat Brokers or BeatStars. They have their own marketplace. So now an artist can go to the marketplace and buy beats. And I'll tell you, I've sold beats in the My Flash Store marketplace, right? So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't make a ton of money with those sites that I've mentioned, the SoundClick, BeatStars, Beat Brokers, and My Flash Store separately, right? But when you collectively put all those sales together, it's a nice supplemental income to the beat sales I'm making off my blog and my website. So like I said, I'm just a huge proponent of just putting yourself out there, and even like I talk about like Reverb Nation, just making sure that you're not limiting yourself, because when you limit yourself, you're leaving money on the table. Now, I know there are some other sites you guys might have some input. I know there's some other like beat licensing sites out there. I don't use them all. These are just the ones that I use. So what I would recommend is just kind of doing your own research. Like I said, BeatStars is cool because it's cheap. It's really cheap, and it would be really easy to get that money back just with a couple of beat sales on there. But just kind of investigate. There's probably like Music Centro is another one. I mean, there's a bunch of other sites out there nowadays. These are just the ones I use, the ones I'm seeing results with. I don't know if you guys have any input on these particular sites, if there are any other names that I left out. But
there's like Beats One and stuff like. There's a lot of companies that have players for us to make beats on. But it's just like you said, it's just about being everywhere. I mean, the more people see your name, the perception is that if you're everywhere and they keep seeing your name, they assume that you're selling a lot of beats, and it's just how it is. They keep seeing your name every time they go somewhere. They see your name, and that's basically what it is. And that's the whole thing with the taking up real estate on the internet. That's what it's about.
It's like another good thing in marketing is if you keep yourself in front of people, they're gonna click on you more. Like if I seen you at Music Central, then I went to SoundClick and I seen you, I'm like, all right. Then I went to My Flash Store and I seen you again. I'm probably gonna click on you because I'm gonna be pretty interested that I seen you everywhere. So. Yeah,
exactly. And like I said, you're leaving impressions in that regard. Like if people are seeing you in multiple places, but then you got to think about. Some people might just go to BeatStars, for instance, just to buy beats, like because that's an established brand. It's like if you typed in Nike.com, you bought something directly from the brand. You didn't do a search for whatever. You just went right to the source. So if you're not on there and people are going right to the source to buy that, then you're missing out on that too. In addition to the impressions that you're making being on all the different sites.
And to add to that quick too, with that. If, say, one of those sites go down, now you have your music everywhere. You don't have to worry about uploading everything to a new site anyway and being in just one spot. Like MySpace, it was big for a while, and then what happened to MySpace? So if you had an account and everything, you wouldn't have to worry.
Right.
too.
Definitely. I didn't even think about that.
I
Definitely.
mean, it really goes down to having your own website too. I mean,
Yeah.
these sites can go down like a My Flash Store, Euphony, like they could go down. They're a service though; they're not going to go down for any length of time because they're going to have a lot of unhappy customers. I mean, some of the sites could go, but like that's the beauty of having your own website is like you control exactly what is on that. You know what I mean? If one of the beat licensing websites goes down, and that was just a supplemental income, that's cool. But you got full control over what goes on your own website.
Yep. Yep. So
So again, that was just a little like that was just a little bit of diversifying within beat sales. Now there are other ways to make money selling beats. We're not going to get into everything. We just want to give you something that you can take and kind of run with now. Things that we're actually seeing results with, things that can help you. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's all about uh, you know it's really just about having all these different incomes add up. Like I said, like Brian was breaking it down from a $5,000 per month perspective, collectively. So if you're trying to make $3,000 a month, with your beat sales alone, let's say, how much realistically is that? So $100 a day basically over a 30-day period. So that means you got to generate $100 in beat sales every single day. So typically, if you're selling a lease at $25, which is pretty standard, that's what 4 beat sales a day in order to make the $100 per day and make your $3,000 per month. And maybe you can do that, maybe you can't. But if you've got potential to make it on all these different sites, it's going to be a lot easier for you to cumulatively add up and hit that $3,000 a month for your beat sales or your $5,000 a month for your collective income.
yep. Exactly. So who was up next? Who wants to talk about something else and kind of spin it off?
Well, I'll talk about offline a little bit. I run a home recording studio, and that's where actually I make like half of my money other than beat sales. I mean, it saves me a lot of the time because sometimes beat sales aren't always popping. I don't have that big of established brand yet, but I'm making most of my income off of recording, and it's really easy to do. If you're a producer, a real producer and an engineer, and you know how to mix, you can easily run a home recording studio. Just go get yourself a microphone. I charge $20 an hour, so if I want to make $5,000 a month, I mean, then I'd only have to record for like 8 hours a day, which is not that long. That's a normal 9 to 5, whatever. So, and say you don't record all day, you could record for 4 hours, and then you only have to make like 4 other beat sales, which is not that hard either. But you just have to be out there and grind. It's just another way of income. It's not that hard to start up a home recording studio, and it's getting cheaper and cheaper every day. So, and
And another,
if you know where the shows are, then you know where the artists are, and you can easily find artists that need to record. And sometimes you have younger artists that need a studio anyway at those shows, so it's not hard to find clients, and it's just another way to get other income to reach that $5,000 a month.
it's funny that you mentioned that. I went to a show on, what was that, Monday night, and A3C had a show in Chicago. I went to that show Monday night. I literally gave my card to every artist that was on stage. I was there from 8 o'clock until 2 in the morning. I've sold 4 beats to, I don't know, the 12 artists that were there since Monday night.
It's dope.
I got recording sessions set up for next week with 2 artists that I met. I didn't know who they were Monday night, but just because I got out, said let me get out of my crib and go to an event and go meet some artists. Those connections don't happen unless you. Not everything happens online, is what we're trying to say. There's money that you can make everywhere as a music producer. So if you're a music producer and you don't go to shows, you don't go to open mics, you need to be at open mics. That's where the artists are at. That's who you want to work with. The bigger your name is in your city, the more money you're going to make. Because if you're on every mixtape in your city with a track, or if somebody records at your studio, they're going to spread the word like, yo, I record over here. He charges $20 an hour. Oh, what's his mixes sound like? And then you got a decent mix, that's it. And you can make money from just mixing and mastering other people's projects. There's a lot of ways you can make money outside of just selling beats, and all that money adds up to that $161 a day, which at the end of the month adds up to you making $5,000 a month. Now I don't know where you're at as far as how much you make at your 9 to 5, but that could be double your 9 to 5, and you could be out of that job just from your music production business. So
Mm.
it's just some things you want to think about.
Yeah,
Chris, what's up?
you just got
Go
to
ahead,
be aware.
Raz.
I was gonna say you just got to be aware of all this money to be made, because like literally there is infinite ways to make money. Like online, offline, there are literally things you don't even realize. Like especially when you build like when you build a brand, specifically when you build a brand, when you build a Nike.com or an Amazon.com, not necessarily on that large scale, because we're all, we're all kind of building smaller brands. We're not, but I'm just saying, people know those names. People go to those names, and so do you think that Nike.com is only, or Nike, not Nike.com, but Nike as a company is just selling like one product or one thing? Like, I mean, you don't even know. I don't even know, to be honest with you, what kind of streams of money that they're making off of their brand. But it takes time to like educate yourself and learn. Like you learn as you go, but online and offline. Like I can tell you, there's a ton of other ways online to make money, which we'll get into. I don't know if Chris, if I didn't mean to cut
No,
off.
that's all right.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's tons of ways, and it's all about using leverage as well. So, for example, one idea is, once you've built your brand, once you're on tons of different websites, especially if you've got your own website, if you're getting tons of traffic to your site, why not sell advertising space on your website, for example? Because artists, even producers, need more traffic and will want advertising space. So you could offer that. You could offer features on your website for artists to get more traffic to their music, and you could charge for that. And that could be on a monthly basis. You could charge every month, renew the advert so someone else can take that spot, and maybe get them to bid on getting that spot as well. So it means more money coming in for you. I mean, that's one other option. There's so
Yeah.
many others. For example, I've just recently become an in-house producer. So once things start popping off, I should be seeing royalties. Now, if you have other options, it just means that whether one is working or whether one dries out, you know that there's still other opportunities of getting money. At the end of the day, it's all about being open-minded, but also, like Trav said, not leaving money on the table. Because, for example, for me, I want to do music full time, but I'm not saying that the only way I'm going to do music full time is by just selling beats. I don't care how I make the money, as long as I make the money and get to do music through full time. Sorry. So for me, it's not just I have to sell beats to be able to say I'm doing music full time. If I make money some other way, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do music full time. I don't care how I make the money, to be honest.
Right. I just want to piggyback on your ad, because you talked about selling out, like ad space, right, on your site. And I've actually done that before, and I've actually had artists who have bought ad space on my site before. You kind of have to go through a process of showing them average traffic to your site and figure out how much is the space worth. So it's a little process to get that set up, and that's definitely a feasible option. I've definitely had I had that at one point. I actually took it down off my site, but I did have a place where an artist could rent out a space, like a top banner at the top of my homepage.
Yeah.
But I want to piggyback on the advertisement, because you can also monetize with Google AdSense, right? Because we all have Google accounts. We can all make money off of generating ads that can be placed on our blog, that can be placed on our website, and also you guys are probably familiar with all the ads that you see on YouTube videos, the skip 5-second, pre-ads that come up. That's all part of the monetization process with AdSense, right? So there's ways to make money with ads on your YouTube videos, on your blog and website. The only thing is you got to make sure that you've got content. You got to make sure that you're uploading content consistently, and that you've got traffic to those pieces of content. Otherwise, you're getting paid off of clicks, basically. You're getting paid off people clicking those ads. So if you don't have a large amount of traffic going to that, you can't really expect to make a lot of money. But I'm here to tell you that I get a check almost every month from Google. It's not a big check, but again, it's a supplemental income, right? It's money that if I didn't have it set up, I would be leaving that money on the table. And why would I do that?
Exactly.
Why would I leave that money on the
Yeah.
table? So
That's
I wanted to mention that about the AdSense while you were talking about ads.
that's all right. But it's like you say, it's not a lot, but think about it. That can cover the cost of your maintenance for your website or all the VIP accounts that you have on music sites. That can cover that cost alone, and it just means that rather than money coming out of your pocket, it's money that's not coming out of your pocket. So it all adds up at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's growing too because the more like with that kind of money, it's based off traffic. So if you get
Mm-hmm.
videos, say you got a video on YouTube that goes viral and you've got it monetized, there's a lot of potential for you to make money off of that video, right? And so it's just it's increasing. Like it's not like now it's I can expect a certain amount of money, but as I continue to put out more content, as I continue to put out more blog posts and get more traffic to my site and videos, that money is constantly climbing. You know what I mean? So a year, 6 months, a year down the road, it might actually be a legitimate nice check coming
Yeah.
in. Which I mean, it will be at some point. I don't know realistically how soon that'll be, but there's money. There's so much money to be made.
And just to think outside the box when it comes to that advertising thing. Okay, so say you're not well versed in Google AdWords or something like that. Let me tell you what I used to do. Well, actually, I still do it, but I used to do this heavy. I have a few websites, a few blogs online, and on one of them, I used to do interviews for producers. So I'd interview a producer, and we post that video up. We do a hangout just like this, and we just do a short interview. On that page, I would offer the service of hosting his beat player on that page. Now, for him to host his player on the page was $60. So he paid me a $60 flat fee. He'd get that page set up. He'd have his interview on there and his beats underneath that. Well, I'm going to promote it because it's on my blog. He's going to promote it because it's his interview. What it does is if artists say, oh, he's got an interview on the page, well, that automates them think, well, he's getting interviewed. He must be somebody. His beats are underneath that player. And they're like, oh, well, let me check out his beats since I know he's got an interview. Fine, because there's not too many producers at our level getting interviewed on any blog sites. So that piques their interest. That's number one. And his beats are there. Now, the thing is, if they don't put their beats on that page, what are you going to do? You're going to put your beats on that page, or you can sell that slot, that ad space or that spot for somebody else to put their beats on that page. Either way, the interview's there. He's promoting it. You're getting paid either way. Either from him putting his beats up, you putting your beats, or somebody else buying that space under his interview. And $60 is $60. Do you care where it came from? I personally don't care. As long as it's based around music production and beats and music, you're gonna win. It's just an idea. That's how I make money. I mean, I try to think of things that other people aren't doing that I can figure out a way to find an angle.
And it goes back to my point. There are infinite ways to make money, and if
Exactly.
something that hasn't been done, you can create an avenue to make money.
Mm.
So it's really sad. It's kind of saddening, like to me, because I mean, I know, like starting out young, like we were all at the point where we were focused just on beats, and then as we learn and grow about building an actual business, it becomes more apparent because, like I said, that's a recurring theme. If you read any books on entrepreneurship, building a business, you watch any kind of video train, like you're going to hear multiple streams of income come up time and time again. It's because that's how entrepreneurs, that's how they establish full-time incomes. It's not just a one-time thing. What if one of these streams of income gets taken away? Well, it doesn't matter. I got 10 or 15, 20, 30, 50 other streams of income set up,
Yep.
Exactly.
Definitely. And that's what it's about. It's not about so much just selling beats. It's about selling beats and pulling in all these other sources of income. And you may think, okay, it may be $5 here, $10 here, but those $5 and $10 add up quick. They add up quick. I mean, I do affiliate marketing for my Flash store. So for my Flash store, you do an affiliate marketing. So say somebody signs up for the $20 platinum producers package. Well, I get $5 a month off of that one person. So if I sign up a person a day, that's what, 30 people? That's
Yes.
$150 a month residual income. Every month I'm going to get $150 from just signing up a person a day to open up a flash store. And over time that adds up. It just keeps
Mm.
bringing more money in, and it's just residual income. Is until they stop using my flash store, I'm going to keep getting $5 a month. And it's just one of the affiliate. I mean, I do affiliate sales for Z-Sounds. Z-Sounds is where we buy a lot of equipment and stuff like that. We buy like software.
Hmm.
I'm an affiliate there. So people click my link to go to Z-Sounds and they buy something, a new software, new Fruity Loops plugins or whatever. I get a cut. And it may not be a lot of money. It may be $400 for that. And I may get $2 or $3 off the sale, but enough of those sales keep coming in. I keep having money coming in from all these different sources.
Mm.
That's how much I keep making more money. And that's really what we're trying to show you, is that there's so many ways to make money online based around music production. Because we're not, you can do this outside of music production, but since we're musicians and we're producers, we want to keep it into what we're into. But you can sell anything. I mean, you can sell software for anything and make money, but we're trying to keep it music based.
Exactly. I'll tell you a quick story. You know, we also talked about Songcast, the Songcast affiliate,
Yep.
having that set up. And what was funny about that, I signed up for the Songcast affiliate probably at the beginning of this year or the end of last year, and I set it up. And every time somebody signs up, you would get a small cut, and then if somebody would actually put their song on iTunes, you get a percentage of that, or you get they had the certain payouts that you would get based on what the person bought.
Mm.
And what was funny was I set it up initially, and I made some cool sales like right up front. Like I don't know, I might have made like 50, $75 just like
Yep.
within a matter of maybe a couple weeks or a month when I first got it set up. But
Mm.
then like a couple weeks, months went by, and like I hadn't made any money from it, and I wasn't really tracking it because it wasn't like a lot of money. I wasn't focused on it. But then like one day I was probably a couple months ago, I was logged into my PayPal account, and I saw like I think it was probably like 30 or $40
Yep.
came in my PayPal account, and I was like, what the hell is this? Oh,
Yep.
this is an affiliate commission to this Songcast affiliate that I set up that I totally forgot that I even set up, but I had the link in my autoresponder, which I just initially set up one time, and so that money that's now working for me. I may not make any money next month off of it, but it's hard to tell. Maybe the following month I'll get $50 in my PayPal account or get a check. So it'd be like you go into the mailbox and get like a check you weren't
Check.
expecting in the mail. It's like, what the hell is this? Oh, I just got some free money. It's
Yep.
the same. It's the same kind of feeling. So when when you set these things up, you might even forget about them, and they're making money for you, and you're not even putting work into them. I mean, that's really
It's
what we
funny.
want, is have systems working for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's funny that you said that because I got a Songcast payment like 2 days ago for $33, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, "Oh, Songcast," and I haven't promoted it. I haven't
Right.
promoted it for maybe 6, 7 months. It's been a while,
Yeah.
and to get a check, I mean, I needed that $30. I didn't know it was coming, but I took it.
Exactly. Exactly, man. Man, another thing I want to touch on. This is a big one, and I don't know. Like some producers don't do this, and that's cool because like I know every producer doesn't want to do this, but like the sound kit, drum kit avenue is like a huge market. Like it literally is a huge market. And like I said, some producers just want to buy sounds or just want to get sounds and use them, and that's fine. For me, I usually end up, creating custom sounds as I'm producing. So it came natural for me to put together custom kits. I just want to tell you, if you're that kind of person that likes to customize drums and customize sounds, and maybe you even do some kind of sound design, you definitely need to look into this. There are sites that are dedicated out there that sell sounds. You can get things set up. You can sell them on your own website. There is a lot of money to be made in sound kits and drum kits. A
And
lot.
there's actually, I'm an affiliate for a couple of people who actually make sound kits, and I get a cut off the sound kits that they made. You know what I mean? It's just the money is there. You just have to want to go get it. You know what I mean? Like,
Here's another thing to piggyback on that. Drum Brokers, I think, is the site where you can sign up for an affiliate, where all the industry producer kits are for $25. Sign up if you don't want to create your own kit, sign up as an affiliate and promote those kits. You get I don't know what the cut is. It might be 50%. It might be less, but that's another avenue. You can still sell sound kits, other people's sound kits, and get an affiliate commission off of that.
and it's not that hard to create sound kits. I mean, I don't know. Every time I'm making a beat, I'm like, oh, this kick doesn't have enough low end. Let me layer another kick. Boom, you have a new kick right there. Just by you saying, oh, this doesn't have enough of what I want. Like, I want
Right.
a better snare. Let me layer it. That's a new snare. Like, if you're making beats on the regular, like you're supposed to be, you should have a drum kit in no time.
That's true. I mean, that's true. Like I said, everybody's a little bit different. Like I literally know producers who don't like. They'll just use kits as they are. They don't do a lot of custom layering stuff, which is fine. Like whatever. If it works for you, it works for you. I just know me personally, I'm the same way. I like to get in and take 3 or 4 different sounds, layer them, do some different panning and different EQing, do my own parallel compression and all that. I just like to do that. I like to kind of customize my drum sounds. So it came natural, and it's like when I found out how much money there was to be made, I'm like, wow. And then I was like, sound kit, sound kit, sound kit. I was like releasing these because I didn't want to leave money on the table. Like people wanted the kits, people were asking for them. Okay, you're telling me what you want. I just need to provide the product, and I can exchange the product for your money. So you know, it's a win-win there.
Basically, that's what it's about. So, you guys got anything else you want to add, or?
I mean, another thing Chaz kind of touched on, and you touched on too, I think, was like mixing and mastering. Like even if you don't do local mixing and mastering, like I'll offer a mixing and mastering service on my site. I make money off of mixing and mastering. Artists will submit me their stems and have me mix their vocals in instrumental or whatever, and that's an option. If you're skilled in those areas, like I said, I'm a proponent of whatever. Like it's based around the music. Like I've got my main website. I'm not leaving money on the table. As I learn and as I continue to figure out new ways, you're going to see new services from me. You're going to see a new product come up. You're going to see all that stuff because diversifying your income is what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Like when it comes to the mixing and mastering and all these things that we're doing outside the box, like say if now that you know that you have a set goal of $161.29, right? You know that's your goal. You can start pricing everything accordingly, so you know this is how I'm going to hit this goal every single day. You know what I mean? So if your goal was to make $20 a day, you'd price your beats at $25. Why? Because if you know your My Flash Store account costs $20 a month, if your first beat you sell is $25, you've already made money. Like that's how you want to price things. You want to start seeing, okay, how much are these services costing me? How much do I need to make to break even? You want to break even. You want to break even on your first sale for the most part, and that's pretty much it. As soon as you break even, you're making money. So if everything you do, say you do mixing and mastering, you say, you know what, I'm gonna charge you $25 a song to mix and master your song. They send you their stems, you upload it, you mix and master it, you send them back. They pay you $25 obviously before you do the mix, and then that's it. You let them check the mix out. You made $25. Well, if you do 4 songs, you do a song a day. That's 120 for 5 days a week. That's $125 a week. Like that's good money. And all you did was what you normally would do any other day. You're a producer. You're an engineer. You mix and master songs. That's what you love to do. Who doesn't want to get paid for doing what they love to do? I work hard every single day, but it ain't work because I love doing what I do. I mix and master. I'm out every single night from midnight to 8 in the morning in a studio, either recording, mixing songs that I did the day before, or just banging out beats in the studio because that's what I want to do. And I'm pretty sure that's where all of us are at. We just want to make music all day long, so it's not work. Somebody tells you I'm going to be in the studio for 12 hours a day. I'm happy to be in the studio for 12 hours a day because I could be somewhere else working for somebody and not wanting to be there for 12 hours a day. And if you got all these sources of income and all these streams coming in, it allows you to be able to be in the studio for 12 hours a day because guess what? You're making money without even having to do anything. I mean, we've all just mentioned ways that we're making money without doing anything. It's just we're just advertising online and people are buying and we're collecting the income.
Exactly. Did you already talk about consulting?
No, I did not talk about consulting. You can start it. It's all good.
I mean, just that.
I
If you
mean,
know what consulting is, I mean,
okay, well,
once you develop a certain skill set, whatever, like I offer a consulting for music production, like technical aspects of Ableton Live skills and sampling and different things like that. I've had customers that reserve a hour or 30-minute session with me in a Skype or a Google Hangout like this right now and pay me to ask me questions or show them how to do something because I've developed a skill set in these areas because first off, I put myself out there, right, online so people know that I have a certain skill set based on my content and videos. And then because I've done that, I've opened myself up to be able to make this consult. If I didn't have the following and fan base, it'd be tough to do that, right? If I didn't have that people going to my site and seeing my videos, I wouldn't be able to do that. And then like getting into the actual music business because we're all very versed, we're all at kind of different levels and learning still as far as building a business. And as you learn, you get a certain skill set, you can, hire out your consulting work. You become a consultant for people who need help in certain areas, who have specific questions they need answered. How do I set up my website? How do I do this, that, and the third? Like everything that you've learned to get to the point that you're at, you can now leverage that and make money off of the skill set that you've developed and acquired. The work that you've put in is now paying off even more than just selling your beats. You can now leverage your knowledge that you have.
I mean,
Become a consultant.
for me, it's like marketing is my thing. I love marketing. Like I went to college for. I graduated with a degree in economics and business management. Okay, I'm not stupid. None of us are stupid. We learn. We do this every single day. We learn how to market, and we do these things every day. So it's like that background on top of me just learning marketing in general. I've got a certain skill set when it comes to learning how to advertising and things like that, and interacting with people and getting customers. So producers pay me to tell them to show them what I do. Now, if the goal is to make $100 a day, well, obviously I'm doing consulting for more than the $161 because if I get one person who wants to sit down with me for an hour and we can put a game plan out for them, I'm going to make my $161 a day. And that's what it's about. It's about we already know what we need to make every single day. Don't shoot for the 5,000 a month, shoot for breaking down the 161 a day. It makes it a whole lot easier. When the number is smaller, it's easier for you to conceptualize and figure, okay, how can I make $161 a day, as opposed to how can I make $5,000? It's just too big to think like that. So just break it down as small as you can, and do it like that. I mean, like honestly, if you took that 161, you could break it down per hour, however many hours you're going to be online for that day, and say, okay, I need to make this. If I'm going to be online for 3 hours a day, divide that 161 by 3. And you'll say, okay, I need to make this amount of money in these 3 hours that I'm online. And that's it. Is you need to make $53. So I mean, there's ways to make it easier for yourself so you can visualize. Okay, if I need to make $50 an hour, okay, I need to sell a beat, I need to sell a drum kit, I need to do this, I need to do that. I got my $53. Then you can do what? Go back to making beats. Go back to living your life because you already made what you needed to make today. Or you can say, you know what? I'm trying to make $100 a day since I made my 53, which normally happens with most of us. We make our money, we're like, I'm trying to sell some more. But you know that you have a set number that you're looking for that hour, or whatever you're doing, and that's what it is. You just got to break it down to the simplest, I guess, number, so you can reach it. That's all it's about. And having as many sources as you can to help you get to that number a lot faster.
Exactly.
Because if you don't sell a beat today, then what?
If that's your only stream of income, you're SOL, right?
That's it.
But if you can fall back on a mixing and mastering service, you can fall back on a drum kit sale, if you can fall back on a affiliate commission, if you can fall back on a My Flash Store commission, a Songcast commission comes in. Oh, I forgot to even set this affiliate account up. There's my $30. There's my $50 for the day. I mean, it literally, that's the way it works. When you get systems established and you get these kind of things set up, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what you'll be surprised is how the little amounts of money really accumulate to add to something bigger. You look at us, oh, that's just a measly $10 commission. No, it's not. It's a measly $10 commission stacked with another $20 commission stacked with your mixing and mastering service fee, and all that accumulated is going to help you to get to that whatever goal you have set, the $161 to get you at 5K per month. I know that's where we all, would be I mean, that would be pretty comfortable for most people, I think, at 5K per month. Some people are saying, 3K, or some people 10, 15K, but it really, when you break it down, it's $161 per day. It really doesn't seem like it's that tough, right? If you say $5,000 a month and you're doing that independently by selling your beats and selling your products, but when you say $161, it's like, it seems a lot more obtainable, right? Like, you can actually achieve that, and then when you have these multiple streams, like you said, you break it down even further, $100 from beat sales, or $50 from beat sales, X amount from this, X amount from that, and it's like, wow, this is really not that difficult. This really is not that difficult. Very achievable.
Like, if you had a day job, $161 is $20 an hour at an 8-hour job, an 8-hour day job. So you'd be making $20 an hour at your job. Like, that's how you have to think of it. If this was your job, okay, to make $161 or $160, I'd have to make $20 an hour, and that's how you have to think of it. Like, it's not as hard as it is. If you're making $13 an hour, well, you can figure out how to make another $6, right? It's not hard. It's one thing that you're gonna do extra to get that $7 up. So it's just doing the numbers, and once you break the numbers down, it makes everything seem, you have a focus goal every single day, and it makes it a lot easier. So when you're on Facebook, you can say to yourself, okay, I'm on Facebook right now. I only got 3 hours to work, and I'm supposed to be making $53 an hour. Is what I'm doing right now on Facebook worth $53 an hour? Would I pay somebody $53 an hour to do what I'm doing right now online? And that's how you hold yourself accountable in that situation. Like, if you're not focused on work, then okay, let me stop doing what I'm doing over here and focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. And once you got that number, you can focus, and it's easier to hit that goal. Now, as far as what we do, obviously you see we all pull money in from different areas, and this whole thing is about diversifying income, and that's kind of where GTS movement is at. That's what we focus on. We focus on, obviously, the beat sales, because that's what we do. That's where we make our money. And then there's the affiliate sales that we work on, and drum kits and stuff like that. And then there's, we also do things where we get bigger commissions, higher ticket commissions. I mean, $100 a month, $500 commissions, $1,000 commissions, $3,000 commissions, and that's kind of how that's how we make our money. All of those things in general, you know what I mean? So we try and diversify what we do to make more money, and we get the small $2 commissions and the big commissions, and that's how we are able to live off our beats, as some people say. That's how we do it.
Exactly.
And you guys want to chime in?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, again, it's just like when you the ultimate goal is to live off of doing what you love to do, right? And so in order to do that, you already know what you need to make per month to live a comfortable life right now for you. You might have a monetary goal in mind. Some people need a bigger income. Maybe you got a family to support, so obviously you're gonna need a bigger income. If you're single, you might not need as much per month. So depending on, again, what you're trying to hit, what your monetary goals are, these other bigger commissions are gonna help you get there quicker. Like, we want you to get there in the quickest way possible. I don't want you to sit here and try to build a business online for years and years and years like I did in order to put myself in a position, to where I am now and be able to run my business full time. Like, it took a lot of roadblocks and all kinds of different things, and like learning all this stuff. And it's like a lot of this information is already provided to you, for those of you in the team, or those of you who have access to this information of really how to get there quicker. I mean, how to get these commissions that are going to add up to get to whatever monthly goal you have set. If it's 5,000, 3,000, 10,000, it's up to you what you want to make. Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the time and effort to learn? That's really what it is. But I mean, like I said, I keep repeating the same thing over and over again. But there's literally infinite ways to make money from your music business, any niche that you're in. Like, I've heard some people say, like, worry about building a presence and then worry about the monetization later, because monetization is inevitable. Like if you build a presence and you do certain things to market and get traffic, there's a million and one ways to make money. So that's pretty much what I have to say.
All right. So I guess we're about to wrap this up. I mean, if you guys got any value from this, you're gonna love what we're doing over in GTS Movement. What we're gonna do is click that link below, see what we're offering with GTS, and join the team. It's your boy V Kush. I'm out of here.
Absolutely, man. Guys, again, this is a topic that it's as we see overlooked by a lot of producers. We want you to have the information to get you to where you want to be in the quickest way possible. And really, like you said, if you found value in this, just definitely click the link below or get back with whoever sent you this video, and get in and see what we have, because we have more in-depth, over-the-shoulder stuff to really get you jump-started and going in the right direction. So I'm going to sign out on that. Again, Travis with T Customs Productions. Guys, I will see you on the inside.
Yeah, it's your boy KC. It was fun being here. So www.kc-beats.com. I'm out.
Yes, Chrissy L from Mutual Sounds. I was on this panel this evening, but for me, this was inspiring enough. So I'm sure you found it inspiring. You just need to click the link below and just start to diversify your income and get that monthly goal that you're setting. And I'm signing out.
Shout out to all you guys on the panel too.
Shout out to you guys, because I actually wrote notes. I got a lot of stuff I need to.
I got my notepad too.
Ready.
Hey, and speaking of what we can do for you, I just picked up my phone and I just got a message from AWeber saying I got to leave. So
That's what's up, man.
That's what's up.
That's what's up, man.
That's definitely what's up. So shout out to everybody. Thanks for watching. Like I said before, if you got any value from this, share the link with other producers that you know, and obviously click that link below, see what we're offering with GTS Movement, and we'll see you guys on the inside and on the next hangout. Peace.
Peace.